Elden Ring is the latest entry in the Soulsborne series. It is a grueling third-person role-playing game, where you role-play the f***ing victim. Contrary to previous releases, Elden Ring features a stunning open world that allows players to go any which way, and within this world, a stunning amount of content, locations, and bosses can be explored, giving players hundreds of hours of gameplay to experience. This in turn makes it quite a while to beat the main game. Or so we thought.
Alright, we got it! We got it! Let's go!
This is Distortion 2, and he's just completed Elden Ring in under 9 minutes. And for the past 2 months since Elden Ring's release, he's been pushing the any % record further and further, discovering new strategies to break the game completely, such as teleporting to one of the final areas of the game at the very start of a playthrough. Distortion did an amazing job of pathing a route to get the necessary build to make it possible to beat the required bosses at the end of the game. Doing so allowed him to set the impressive time of sub 30 minutes, and that was that for a while. Until a game-breaking bug was found. The guard zip. What is a zip, you may ask? A zip is when a player abuses a movement or clipping bug in a game to boost their directional momentum exponentially, and this will send them flying across the world. This was named in turn after the sound of a fast-flying projectile. Very fitting. Zips can be found in a multitude of speedruns, most notably in the Mega Man speedruns, where zips are used to get certain power-ups early to make boss fights a breeze, or even just skip entire levels. But how does a zip work in Elden Ring? A zip is performed by guarding and then walking at a specific time for a specific number of frames. This needs to be frame perfect. The zip is caused by an animation overlap of the guarding and walking triggering at the same time.
Let's go, baby.
Zips are reliant on hardware, as making the resolution lower makes them more consistent. This is why this run is not in the any % category, but the any % unrestricted category. The coolest thing about the zips is the heavier you are, the further you'll go with them, with each weight bound having their own zip distance, such as short zips, medium zips, and long zips. With all that in mind, let's see how Distortion used all this to completely break Elden Ring. Now once again, this run was done in the any % unrestricted category on the current patch. Not only that, this is an RTA run, which means that it is timed by the in-game timer and not an actual overall time, allowing Distortion to save quit to save time on animation skips and retries on failed tech. Even if it actually takes longer to actually exit up and load the game, the timer is paused while he's not playing. The run starts off with him picking up the Vagabond class, which comes with a halberd as an extra weapon, allowing him to come heavy loaded, and this gains him the ability to zip further. Now the first objective of the run is to get the 4 belfries, as once there, you can abuse a rung warp to teleport to the second last area of the game. A rung warp works by tricking the game into thinking that your last location was at the start of a different area, and loading you back into it after you save quit. You'll be teleported to the area that you want to go to. But getting to the 4 belfries is usually the most time consuming part of an early speedrun, but not with the power of zips. The route for the zips is to get from the starting area to Stormvale, then to Raya Lucaria Academy, and then finally to the 4 belfries. Once at the academy, the zip is done more precariously, as he has to bounce off a certain terrain at a certain spot to get the right amount of height and direction to make it to the belfries. Upon making it to the belfries, the key is collected and Distortion teleports to Farum Azula. Here he performs the run warp by using a Memory of Grace, and upon loading in, the game teleports him to the default spot of Farum Azula. There are 2 more zips that need to be performed to reach Maliketh's arena, skipping the entire area. Upon reaching Maliketh, he does a short zip to the ledge outside the arena. But what is he doing here? He can't possibly hit the boss from here. Well, it turns out if you travel a great enough distance away from a main boss while it's loading in, it kills it, as long as you stay alive long enough to not die yourself. To get far enough away from Maliketh, Distortion has to perform 3 precise zips in a row. 2 short zips and a long zip, and then he has to perform a plunging attack at the end of the last zip with correct timing, of course. And he does that. But since Maliketh has 2 phases, he has to do this twice to get through the boss. And if you don't get the first zip on the second phase right away, or if you miss up the last zip on either of the phases, you're probably looking at a restart as you have to do the entire boss again. But he does it, leading him to the final area of the game. There's 2 more zips that need to be done and the run is finished. The first will get you into Godfrey's arena, and for some reason, the Elden Beast is already loaded in during the Godfrey fight. So by zipping into the arena, doing a long zip just like in Maliketh's, and then plunging at the end, you're able to kill the Elden Beast without even seeing it. And after that, it teleports you to the ending prompt, and then the run is done. What a f***ing run.
It is. Yes! Yes! Here. It's because you were here, Sharon. 856! Let's go!
Hey Hey, Hercules here. If you enjoy that video, hit me up with a subscribe and follow me on Twitter. And huge shout out to Distortion2 for just destroying Elden Ring. Every video I've seen on YouTube recently has just been him breaking the world record day after day. So just shouts out to that dude. That dude's insane. Shouts out to the YouTube user Sketchy for annotating the run in the comment section of the run that I just yoinked to make this video. And shouts out to channels like Easyscape and Carl Jobst and any of the speedrunning channels, because I really enjoy their content and kind of inspired me to make this video. It's kind of like in a tribute to them. Also, while recording this, he's bet the record again. It's at like under 7 minutes, and that's insane. Anyway, peace.